Hello, we are now in day 3. We're going to give you kind of the recap of dinner last night on day 2, and then some of the things that we've been doing today. Last night we had
Italian
at Frank and Lola's.
Italiano.
And
I'm Italian, what can I say?
the great thing was she was doing that all night at the restaurant. The waiters had no idea what was going on, but they were loving it. They were just smiling like, all right.
Yep.
First of all, the ambiance in this restaurant
Oh, it was really lovely.
Absolutely beautiful.
The color scheming,
Yep.
it was lovely.
Everybody is very kind there. We ordered, and we got our first appetizers pretty quickly. I got the fried calamari, and you got the arancini.
Oh, yeah.
The arancini
The
rice balls. They were delicious. Like, hands down,
It's the best thing I've had here
all-star
so far.
of the dinner. We would just come back to that restaurant just for those.
Absolutely.
Really, really great. The fried calamari, when it came out, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was not ready.
Nothing really had heat, we discussed. And not like spicy, but like temperature
hot heat, like temperature heat. My expectation is that as they get further along and they get all their timings down, this is probably going to go away. We got our appetizers, and then they brought the bread plate, so I kind of feel like that should be the reverse order.
Right.
And then we had our next appetizers come out. You got the
carpaccio, the beef carpaccio.
The beef carpaccio.
Yeah.
And I got the soup Toscana. The soup came out super like rustic sort of soup. The flavors were really great.
You said it was hearty.
Yeah, it was hearty. I thought you said hard to eat.
No, hearty.
Hard to eat? I don't think
Hearty.
it was. Hearty. Okay. I think the thing that I was concerned about was that they had like a crispy crouton slice that was on top. And by the time it came to the table, it had fallen down into the soup, and it was just like mush on top of the soup. And again, I think this goes right back to timing.
Was the soup hot?
The soup was not warm.
Yeah.
It was lukewarm.
Which doesn't make any sense because my thing wasn't, there was no heat to it at all. It's a cold dish, so you would think they would have mine ready, and then when the soup is hot, bring it out, but it had probably been sitting there for
So once we got our second course, then we waited a really long time for the mains to come out. The mains did not come out for probably 15 minutes or so. So that was,
I'd say at least.
That was a real challenge. It disrupted the flow of
eating. I mean, you kind of start to feel full.
Right. When I ordered my entree, I asked the waiter to suggest something for me. He suggested the saltimbocca. I hope I'm saying that right.
Probably not.
I've never had that before. So when it came out, this was not an appetizing dish whatsoever.
It didn't look pretty either. The presentation
wasn't great. It was kind of
like brown stewy.
Brown stewy thick. And maybe that's what it is. So I apologize if I don't know. We saw some other really fantastic entrees coming out of the kitchen. We almost should go back and try something different. But for this round, that's what we got. And I was not impressed. I took a few bites, tried to get through it, and I just couldn't do it.
I got spaghetti at the Italian restaurant. I'm going to get spaghetti bolognese. It was very meaty, no saucy. I thought it was going to be like red sauce with meat, but maybe not.
I kind of loved it.
I had 2 bites.
I was telling her it's like my mom used to make.
Yeah.
But I don't have an Italian mom. I have a Swedish mom.
Oh, you know what? And I wanted meatballs, and there was no option for meatballs, but you do have the option for fish balls. But I did drink a lot.
You did. We both did. They just kept the champagne flowing. We had champagne last night, and they're just like bringing it.
Yeah.
So they did do a great job at keeping the champagne.
They did.
Maybe a little too. They have a couple options on the menu for dessert. They have forest fruits, I think is what they called it, and then they had a tiramisu, and then they had one other dessert, which I'm not recalling off the top of my head.
No.
And the primary reason is because when they came to me to tell me what desserts they did have, all they had was tiramisu. So we went with tiramisu.
And we're going to share it, thank goodness, because it was a bowl.
It was like
yay big of tiramisu. It was so much tiramisu.
It was a lot of tiramisu, but let me tell you, I really enjoyed it. Afterwards, we went to the main entertainment area. They had live singer. She was pretty great. She was great. It was all Spanish, so we had no idea what they were saying. But let me tell you, everybody else around the bar who knew Spanish,
they were popular songs.
Clearly, these are the songs that she should be singing because they were singing along with gusto. Like they knew this music.
And Latin dancers.
And then they had dancers.
Yep.
We were at the bar. We enjoyed some drinks. We listened to the Latin music. And then on our TV last night, they said at 11 o'clock at the Land Shark Bar, they were going to be doing karaoke. Last night was not karaoke. We were really excited about karaoke. Michelle has her one song that she sings everywhere we go. So Like it's a tradition. We have to have that song sung. She sings it incredibly, so it's always fun. I probably have 27 different versions of that one song. They had a live singer at Land Shark, so we didn't end up like sitting upstairs because that was where they were entertaining. We stayed downstairs at the bar, and the bartender there was like he was a gem. Like
your favorite guy.
I didn't have any cash in my pocket. I left my cash here, and I like got up from the bar and came back to the room specifically to get cash because he definitely deserved a tip. One of the things that we did find out, because we actually talked to one of the entertainment people, he came up and chatted with us.
He did.
Is Jose. That there is a theater here, and the theater is still under construction. This resort is maybe 70% complete. The spa, not done. No, there's no spa. Like they're doing massages, like a very limited schedule of massages over in the villa area.
Yeah.
They don't have all the restaurants open yet. They don't have the theater open yet, but we were told that theater should be opening anytime soon.
Yeah.
They don't have the microbrewery open, so we're going to have to come back and give that a try when it's finally open. And then we stay in the villas. Yeah, absolutely, hands down, the villas are the place
to be.
The swim up suites, villa section, gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. It's a quiet area. They have their own swimming pool bar, so like 100% hands down, villa is where it's at. They're considering where to stay at this resort. Like think villa first.
Yeah, like I wouldn't come back to this resort unless I was staying at the villas because they are really, really, really nice. The Oracle has spoken.
The Oracle has spoken. We have the rules now on how to return to this. So this morning we did the room service breakfast. They had a timing problem. I know this seems to be a theme going on.
They say it's supposed to be 45 minutes to deliver.
And it has been. In our previous experience, it has been. This one went a little bit longer. I would say probably every bit of about an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour and a half, yeah. It was an hour and a half.
It felt like the breakfast was good if it would have been hot, but it was not. The fruit here is, like, the fruit game is on point at this resort. Like, they have great fruit. I think that's just being part of a tropical Caribbean island. You get great fruit.
Yeah.
I had the Dominican breakfast this morning, so it had mashed plantains and fried eggs, and I'm pretty sure it was like a fried cheese sort of curd that was really delicious. If it had been hot and fresh, I would have probably ordered like 17 more of them. You had breakfast burritos.
Yeah, they weren't amazing. I mean,
they were just kind of your average breakfast burritos. But I think the temperature thing was the key. The timing was the key. We also had some of the fried eggs, and let me just tell you, the eggs here are really, really exceptional. The egg game here is pretty strong. We've been going down to Merchant Joe's every day and getting lattes. So at Merchant Joe's, they have fruits and like breakfast type things, pastries, desserts. All of this is like grab and go. You go there, you can get it. And they also have a coffee barista there. So we can get a full-blown latte with espresso. And so like every morning I'm going down there and I'm grabbing that and bringing it back to the room. So that's been really great. So we really enjoyed it. And then I went out, spent some time in the beach. When we first got here, there was a lot of seaweed on the beach. That's been a problem. It seems to have been a problem. They have done a concerted effort over the last few days to get that beach really cleaned up. Today was really refreshing because people were out on the sailboats. People were out doing kayaking, doing paddle boarding. So there was a lot more activity in the beach than I've seen in the last couple of days. This is not a big beach. If you're a beach lover and that's your jam and that's where you want to be, this may be a challenge resort for you because it's not a very walkable beach. Like there is some distance you can do, but not a lot. I like big, long, strolling beaches, and this is not that. This resort sits back from the water.
Yeah.
It is a really wide patch of sand, so there's a lot of sand and chairs that you can sit because of the location. There's a little bit of a lack of palm trees, and it's just not. You don't have that kind of proximity to water and easy access to the water. I wouldn't call this a beach lover resort. I really would call this a pool lover resort.
Pool is really nice.
Yeah, if you like the pool experience, they have a great freeform pool here, swim up bar, all the things that you'd want. And infinity pool. Yeah, we recently stayed at a couple of resorts where the pools were just boring.
Yeah, just the square rectangle shape.
Wasn't really worth it. And like here,
it's really nice.
Totally happy with these pools. Like I would spend a lot of time We have spent time.
Yeah.
We're going to go spend some more time. But love the pools here.
Yes.
Let me status check. So we set this up at the very beginning. Michelle was not sold on Margaritaville as a resort concept. Like, I was all in, really excited about being here. Like, let's remove the food experience, because I think the food experience is going to get better. Knowing Karisma like I do,
in the future,
I think it's going to be better. I think this
you meant like tonight.
I think this is new resort just getting started. I think it's going to get better. But outside of that, like, you had a certain sort of expectation of the resort. What do you think?
It's not anything of how I expected it. It's not like I thought we were going to listen to Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
I got the right one.
Not Warren Buffett.
His music. I thought it was going to be everywhere, and everyone was going to be in their like print shirts and stuff. And
I don't know that I've seen one Hawaiian shirt. Maybe one or two.
Yeah. And so I was like, this is really not my vibe. But I will say it's totally my vibe. The hotel it's really nice, super upscale. It's so new. It's contemporary, modern, and I really like it. I will say I definitely dress different than the rest of the people here.
But let me just say, that's everywhere we go. Like, I've just learned to kind of deal with it. Like,
so it's very chill.
She's always going to be far more dressed up than I'm going to be.
That's just kind of what I do.
That's the way it is. So, like, take that with a grain of salt. But as far as the resort's concerned, you like it then?
Oh yeah, no, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I think this resort is going to grow into a really great property.
The color scheme.
The color scheme is great.
So pretty. It's very calming and relaxing. The aquas, the blues.
The interiors are really great. Lots of pillows around here.
Yeah,
lots of places to sit. I think there are a few little things that I think are missing as far as like amenities, like access to public bathrooms. Not the easiest thing around here.
Right.
There's not a lot of those around.
Yeah.
So it's like the little things like that. I think that I don't know if they can fix that immediately, and maybe they won't. Maybe people just get used to like what that means. But honestly, you can get back to your room pretty quickly. And one of the things I really love here is they have touchless elevators.
Cool.
Like, all you have to do is hover magically your hand over the button, whatever button you want, and it just like comes to life.
Yeah.
And it's like really.
But you gotta like be sure not to like start at the top and then go down to your button, because you will trigger all of the floors.
It's not that sensitive that you might accidentally do that. Like, it's not a total elf moment where like every button in the Empire State Building is lit up. I don't think you know that reference.
I do. Stop it. I watch Elf. It's funny.
But it is really cool. So like, there's some really nice touches here, and I really love the flat screen TV here and the interface. The interface here is probably one of the best that I've seen at a hotel in a very long time.
Clean.
Easy to order room service. Easy to get information. Like, it flows really well. Like, really the best. And I think we've mentioned this already, but I'll emphasize, like, it's like those little things that are making this experience kind of a notch above. So, like, I'm really big on this property so far. I think I'm hoping that the food is going to elevate a little bit more rapidly here as time progresses, and I would love to see the property completely, fully open. So if you're thinking about coming, right now this is November 2021, if you're thinking about coming like any time in the next few weeks, probably through to the end of the year, you'll probably find still some things missing and not open. I'm sure they're rapidly working to get those things open. But I think probably coming to 2022, you can come into a resort that's fully open and ready to go and ready to receive guests, and just come with the right kind of expectations. Like, pool space is where it's at, and beach is kind of a secondary thing, but it's here, and if you can do the villa,
extra special.
Perfect. All right, bye.